have never seen a home cinema projector system kit like this before. This is the ANSI Nebula X1. It's referred to as the Starlight Cinema Kit. Link is in the description. Find out all of the key specs that I may not get to cover in this video because this is packed with so many features and the latest pricing information. And just a disclaimer, ANSI did send me this as a pre-production content creator version, so some of the items in this won't be available on the final production release, and I'll briefly show you which items they are, but I won't cover them in detail as they won't be available to purchase. This is known as the world's first cinema-grade outdoor entertainment system. Really excited to showcase what's in this huge treasure chest. Let's go ahead and take a look. Right, so there's plenty of things that come in the box. Of course, you have the Nebula projector right there with Google TV. This also comes with a set of satellite speakers as well. You got some wireless microphones. This inflatable couch alongside this film clapperboard won't be available in the production release to consumers, so these are the specific items I won't be covering in this video. I'm going to go ahead, open all of these, showcase how they look, go through the design and specs, and then we'll go ahead and set it up. Okay, so here's the Starlight Home Projector Kit. We'll start off with the satellite speakers. So they have this nice design. They come with these legs that you can pull out, or you can lay them flat. At the bottom of each of these speakers, you do have a 1/4 20-inch thread in case you want to mount it on a tripod. They are labeled right and left. Then you also have underneath the flap the Type-C charging port and the power button. These satellite speakers have about 8 hours of wireless battery life on a full charge each, which I think is absolutely great. And then you have the wireless microphones. This is great if you want to use your projector kit for maybe a karaoke system, or if you want to present some documents at a conference or anything like that, then you can use these and play them back via those speakers right there as well. These mics are produced by Soundcore, which actually comes under the ANSI Innovations brand, which is why you don't see the ANSI logo on them, but they do give you up to a massive 40 hours of wireless battery time with super fast charging via the USB-C port. Now, I'm not going to hurt your ears by trying any type of karaoke with myself, but I will be speaking through these later on in the video just to showcase how they actually sound. So now let's take a look at the projector while I show you the key specs. Okay, so natively this is a 4K projector. It uses laser forge technology, and this is triple laser. This maxes out at a peak brightness of 3500 ANSI lumens, which I believe is the most brightest long throw projector on the market that you can buy. In context, just at the back, I recently reviewed my Hisense PX3 Pro, which is a 4K triple laser UST projector, which maxes out around 3000 ANSI lumens. So this, giving you that additional 500 ANSI lumens of brightness, makes you confident that you can definitely use this outdoors in daylight conditions as well, because it will be bright enough to show you everything that you're watching. You have this really nice design for the lamp right there at the front with plenty of sensors, which I'll talk about in a second. If we just look at the top, this actually is a handle that pops out. So if you press this, smooth pop out, very easy for you to then just carry with you. You can close it back in. Then you also have the menu and directional button just there as well, which is convenient. Power button just at the bottom there. And if we take a look at the ports at the back, you have the DC input. The projector itself isn't wireless, so you will need to plug in the DC adapter and you will need a power source. You also have a HDMI 1 port, HDMI 2, which is eARC, so if you want to connect this with a soundbar, for example, if you want to set this up in your home, then that is a very great option to have there. USB-A, USB-C, and an optical input right there. Now this does have 40 watts of audio power in this. It does have Dolby audio support, which is going to be a fantastic showcase of the power that's utilized on this. But in addition to those wireless satellite speakers, they have 80 watts of power each, which gives you a total of 200 watts in this entire home cinema system. If we take a look at the remote control, it's pretty standard, comes with 2 AAA batteries. You can see dedicated buttons for YouTube, Netflix, and Prime Video. This does have Google TV built in and a licensed Netflix app. Okay, and as you can see, I've listed the contrast ratio for the native, which is 5000 to 1. But what I want to quickly showcase is the dynamic contrast ratio, which is 56,000 to 1, and how great that looks, especially if you want to enjoy your TV shows and movies that have dark scenes, or if you're watching it in a really dark environment, and how vibrant that would work with Nebula HDR10. So you go into settings, you go into picture, then you just make sure the toggle for dynamic contrast is on, and within 10 seconds it should be available to then start viewing your content in that mode. So here's a quick demo. And already with HDR enabled with the dynamic contrast mode, this looks incredible. Watching this in person is going to give you the ultimate viewing experience for all of your high quality HDR content that you're going to watch with this projector. Now you can see the colors are vibrant, but the darks in this scene are actually true to natural blacks. Just like this chessboard, you can see how great the blacks actually look in this scene, and it's going to be the same no matter what type of movie or TV show you watch with this mode enabled. So I think the dynamic contrast ratio on the Nebula X1 is amazing. And one other spec that you see there on the sidebar, the third option, which is IEA 5.0, this stands for Intelligent Environment Adaptation. Now there's a lot of high-tech features in this that allow you to set this up with ease automatically no matter where you project this. So for example, if you are going to set it indoors, then you may have some objects in the way and you may have a screen that's maybe partially obstructed and you just want to get the right position for it. In addition to just doing real-time autofocus and auto keystone correction, it does obstacle avoidance. It has safeguarding for your eyes because of the triple lasers. But this also has spatial adaptation, which is very important because it detects everything that's in the room around your wall or your screen, and it will shrink the projection size. It will do it so that there's nothing in the way for you to get the optimal viewing experience without any manual involvement from you. So we're going to test that out as well. When I set it up behind me, I'm going to bring up my ALR screen and showcase some of the IEA 5.0 in action, and then we'll go ahead and set this up. Really excited. Nothing left to do is to make sure everything is set up indoors. We'll also set it up outdoors as well, because this is primarily made as an outdoor cinema grade home system. So there's nothing left to do but the Nebula Starlight Cinema Kit, take one, action. Now just take a look at how cool this looks when you turn on the projector. So just going to hold down the power button. You'll see these red laser lights that come on. The lens flips out and it will start doing the adjustments on the screen. So now we'll go ahead and take a look at the IEA 5.0. And I'm going to let the projector do everything for me. So you can see it's projected higher than the screen first. It will come down. It will try to locate the screen, any objects in the way, distances of the wall behind the screen. Make sure the keystone and the focus is all adjusted before you get up and running. So you can see it's doing the spatial adaptation. It's scanning the room ahead of itself, making the adjustments, and there you go. Everything is done. That is amazing. I've not seen it done so flawlessly in any projector before, and there's a lot of tech that's gone into this. Now before we go ahead and showcase a demo video playing onto the screen, I'm going to go through the Google TV and some of the settings here. So if I scroll over to settings, we'll go into all settings. So from here you can set your channels and inputs. From the projector settings, this is where you can do the spatial adaptation again if you just want to make any adjustments. The AI spatial recall saves screen size and angles for each spot. Next time you put the projector at the same spot, it auto adjusts to the original setting. This is perfect for room to room use. Of course, you have your focus settings that you can do manually or autofocus from here. Keystone correction. You can screen fit this to whichever size screen that you may have. You also have the option to move and zoom. So I think this is very nice. A lot of projectors have only the zoom option, but the move option is actually quite convenient. So if I go into this, I can move the screen left and right, which is convenient. But if I want to zoom out, I use the volume buttons. You can see I can shrink all the way down as much as I want. Very convenient to make sure you get the maximum accuracy to the size of your screen or your wall. Eye guard protection is on, so in case someone walks in front of it, it will dim the projection so the lasers don't hurt anyone's eyes. Wall color adaptation, so depending on the color of your walls, you can set this, which is another IEA 5.0 option. You have some automations that you can set up, and there's some advanced settings there as well. Display and sound, of course, multiple different modes for picture, sound, and outputs. So for the picture mode, I'm leaving this with the ambient light adaptation on. You can turn dynamic contrast on as well if you want, but the picture mode, I'm leaving it at Nebula Master. This will make all of the adjustments to my environment, making sure I do get the best visuals. So you can change this to any other of the modes if you want to try them. You also have a day and night mode, depending on if you are using this outdoors in daylight or in nighttime. Now this also does have 3D, so if you purchase the 3D glasses separately, then you can also watch 3D content, which I know a lot of people have commented on my channel in the past when I reviewed projectors. So there's this option. If you are a fan of 3D movies, then this is going to be a great buy for you. And plenty of other picture settings that you can make adjustments for just down here. Likewise with sound, you can change the modes, so you can set it to outdoors, for example, and you can also have your custom. You can use the projector as a Bluetooth speaker, which is quite common nowadays. Then you also have a speaker delay option just there. The audio output, you can also change these digital modes, whichever one is your preference. I'm just leaving it on auto, and then the rest are just common system settings. And of course, with Google TV, you have all of your favorite streaming apps. So I've set up YouTube, Netflix, Apple TV, Prime Video. Those are the ones that I do watch most often. You also have Disney Plus. So anything you really need, you can also download that from the Google Play Store. You also have these apps installed, Nebula Life and Nebula Play. If you go into Nebula Play, for example, this just gives you like a user guide. If you are new to this and you just want to find out how to do certain things, then you can get some tips from here. They have an FAQ section, and you can contact them as well with an email address on the contact tab. So very useful options there for anyone that's new to this. But if you go to Nebula Live, this is where you can just set maybe a custom background for the projection if you're not going to be using it to watch your content. So everything else is pretty standard with Google TV, as you would expect. So we're going to go ahead and set up the satellite speakers, and then I'm going to play back a demo video with Dolby Audio, both indoors and outdoors, and see what you guys think. So the speakers are now connected. They're automatically paired with the Nebula X1, and they create this 4.1.2 surround sound audio setup. You can keep track of the battery life in the settings, so we'll just take a quicker look at where that is now. So when you press settings, you'll see on the top left the battery life and the connection status as well. So very quick and convenient, but you can also always have it on a constant power source if you'd like. Going to switch cameras, because on my phone, as you can see, it's a little bit purple. This rainbow effect usually happens when you are using a triple laser directly on an ambient light reflecting screen like this. So I'm going to switch over to my Sony camera, which will make it a little bit clearer for you to see the content and see how great the visuals actually look with Dolby Vision.
From the beginning, we've asked the impossible questions. How do we spark awe? How do we evoke wonder? And how do we create an experience that takes you there, that immerses you in the moment? We are on a quest for the spectacular. We ideate. We innovate. We find a better way. We study the senses. We measure awe. We calibrate wonder. Fine-tune. We keep going until the solution's in sight. We design and work with fellow innovators to blur the line between here and here. To take you to new worlds. Let you escape. Help you connect. And give you the power to see, to hear, and feel the spectacular. Imagine where we'll take you next.
Okay, so hopefully you found those demos really good. I split the demos, the first one being indoors and using the wireless speakers just behind me, the second one being outdoors and the audio coming directly just from the projector. So it gives you that option and the variety in case you do want to buy the projector just on its own to showcase how powerful the audio is coming directly from that. But I can't do it justice by letting you know of how the audio is coming directly from my microphone, but in person, as well as the visuals, it is absolutely stunning. It sounds so great, and hopefully this gave you a little bit of a guidance of how punchy, of how loud, and how clear and crisp everything is in combination. So now the last thing I wanted to showcase is the microphone. I have one of them connected. The speakers are also connected via the projector and Wi-Fi. All you have to do is just turn it on and it should automatically pair. So I'm going to put this microphone just behind me so it's closer to the wireless speakers, because that's where the audio is going to come from the microphone. I'm just going to speak a few words, hopefully give you again just another indication of what the audio sounds a little bit like when you are going to use this as a microphone. Okay, so this is a test of how the wireless microphone sounds. I've set my little wireless mic next to the speaker just here. Hopefully this gives you a great indication of the quality on this. There's a bit of an echo, it is quite loud, but this is going to be perfect if you're going to use this for presentations, or more than that, you can use this for karaoke. So make sure to check all of the details of the wireless microphone with the link in the description. But I'm happy, it sounds great, and it's going to be fun for the whole family. And that's everything I wanted to showcase in this video. That's the Nebula X1. It's an absolutely great deal. Finally, we're just going to talk about some of the offerings. So make sure to check the link in the description. If you do go ahead and buy the complete cinema kit bundle, then if you buy it within the first month of it launching, you can get a super early bird discount. For me personally, I'm confident in saying that this is the best cinema kit projector system on the market, hands down. One thing I do have to mention, Anker did send me all of this entire kit. This is, I guess, a pre-release, pre-production model. So there might be some slight differences with the entire package with the production one. So make sure to check the link upon launch to see what items will be included in the product Starlight Cinema Kit bundle, which I may not have covered in this video. And if you are watching this video far into the future after it's launched, then just check all of the latest pricing information and any deals that they have at that time. So hopefully you found that review useful. I'm very happy. This is one of the best projectors I've reviewed in a very, very long time, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to love it too if you do go ahead and buy this. As always, if you have any questions, make sure to drop them down below. If you like this video and you like the look of the Nebula X1, make sure to subscribe. I have plenty of projector reviews coming out in the near future, and I will see you all next time. Take care.